Hello, it's Kasha and I'm here with my 21-week update. This is a huge week for me because this is the week that I get my anatomy scan, and I know I've been talking about it a lot and I think you can tell that I'm pretty excited. It's not just the fact that I finally will get to know whether this baby is a boy or a girl, but it's also, it's a big scan and it's a long scan. They said it's like 40 minutes or something like that. And so just getting to see my baby on the ultrasound for 40 minutes is going to be really amazing, and I'm really excited about that. I'm always excited to get a glimpse in there, and I'm really hoping that I get some great pictures. At my OB clinic, they have really nice ultrasound machines, and they do 3D, 4D images, and so, I don't know, hopefully that means we'll get a pretty nice shot of the baby's face even. Right? I think 21 weeks is enough that it should have facial features and everything. So anyway, I am super excited about that, and it also means that in this coming week sometime, I don't know exactly what day, but I will film a gender reveal video and upload it for all of you guys so that you can all find out if this baby is a boy or a girl. So my pregnancy symptoms this week, I haven't really had any that are specific to this week, nothing that's been different from last week. But one thing I wanted to mention, just because as I look back on these videos in the future, it might be something that I'll find funny or intriguing. I had this really vivid pregnancy related dream, and I know vivid dreams are related to pregnancy, so it counts for pregnancy update. But alright, one of the things that's been happening to my body, not just this week, but the last several weeks, is that I seem to be getting increasingly more veiny. Obviously there's a whole lot of extra blood flow going on in my body because I'm pregnant, and you can tell because you can see veins in places where you couldn't see them before. So anyway, it's something I've been aware of and sort of, focused on myself, seeing all these extra veins. So in my dream, I had this dream, it was really realistic, it was in my house. I went to my bathroom, into my shower, and I took a shower. It all felt very real. So real that I even thought back, did that actually happen? So it was very real. And so in my dream, I take a shower, I get out of the shower, I walk over in front of the sink, and I look at myself in the mirror, and my whole body is veins, everywhere, on my face, on my arms, on my chest, red, blue, purpley veins, and it was freaky. And in my dream, I looked at myself in the mirror and opened my eyes wide, and even in my eyes there were veins, and it looked like something out of a horror movie. It was actually kind of a scary dream because I was looking at myself in the mirror, scaring myself. So anyway, that was pretty creepy, and I don't know, I find that amusing that was my dream. I've been, I guess, more concerned about these veins than I realized or something, and so it popped up in a dream. So anyway, that was my one vivid pregnancy dream that I had this week. Besides that, what I really want to talk about is related to diabetes, because I've been saying all along that during a type 1 diabetic, and I would assume this would apply to type 2 diabetes as well as gestational diabetes, the way insulin requirements go, it's something like this. So everybody is different, but it's something like this. In the first trimester, your blood sugars, they can go up initially, but then they pretty much stay low, from weeks, 7 to 12 or 7 to 14, your blood sugars are kind of low. And then they sort of normalize, and then at around 20 weeks or 21 weeks, a 20-21 week mark, the placenta starts doing something. A doctor described this to me, and I forget what the doctor said, but it's something to do with something that the placenta is doing at 20-21 weeks. It makes insulin not work as well in your body. So you start gradually needing to take more and more insulin, and that hits in right about this time. So what you'll find is that your blood sugars will start creeping up, and the only way to counter that is to take more insulin. So I can officially say that has happened to me. And I think that this actually started when I was on vacation during week 20, except I mentioned in my 20-week update video that when I was on vacation, I was like checking my blood sugar a ton and taking a lot of insulin. I was just like pumping myself full of insulin, and it was really different from my usual routine, so I didn't notice the change. But now that I'm home and I'm in my like absolutely 100% normal routine, I can see that my blood sugars are not being predictable. Like, they're definitely running higher, and it's not like I'm not getting like spikes like that. It's like my blood sugars follow the same trend that they always did, except it's more exaggerated. Like, so for instance, post breakfast, that's always my best time of day, between breakfast and lunch, as far as blood sugars go. Before this happened, my blood sugars would range in the 60s or 70s after breakfast. So 2 hours after breakfast, a normal number for me would be like 75. Now, and for the last like several days, I've noticed 2 hours after breakfast, doing exactly the same thing, it's 95. And so instead of my blood sugars being in the 75 range, they're in the 95 range. So that's kind of what I mean. And then later on in the day, it gets a little bit higher. Like my blood sugars tend to trend up as it gets later in the day. So the way that I've responded to that is by increasing my insulin all around, but most importantly, increasing my basal rate. So my basal rate, it's sort of like a baseline insulin amount through my body, and it's not related to what I eat. It's like a baseline insulin that my body needs to survive. I take 3 shots in a 24-hour period for my basal rate, 1 when I wake up in the morning, 1 before I go to sleep at night, and 1 at 3 in the morning. I wake up at 3 a.m. to take a shot and to check my blood sugar. So all 3 of those basal rate insulin injections have increased, all 3 of them. Usually, I mean, it's not uncommon that maybe 1 can increase. 1 increase will have an effect on the rest of like the 24 hours. But for me, I've increased all 3, and I've found that that's really, really helping. My overnight numbers especially have been the most tricky. For whatever reason, I'll go to bed with a normal blood sugar, and then by 3 a.m. it's like 150. It's not like I eat right before bed, but yeah, my number will go up when I wake up at 3 a.m. and so I'll take a correction. And then even in the morning time, like, you can tell that my blood sugars want to stay up. So what I've mainly done is hit my nighttime basal rate, like really increase that, and I see an improvement, like it's working. So the point, if you're a type 1 diabetic or any kind of diabetic and you're pregnant, or if you're planning on becoming pregnant, definitely expect that around the 21 week mark, your blood sugars are going to change and you're going to need more insulin. And it's totally fine. You can handle it. You just need to be checking your blood sugar a lot and recording what's happening. Like, be a scientist or something, like you're doing an experiment, and record all of the data points and see what your blood sugar is doing at different times of the day, and then respond accordingly with insulin. So at this point, I still feel in control. Like, I feel like I'm responding in the correct way, and my blood sugars are responding positively. So at this point, it's all fine, but I did want to update you that that has definitely happened. My insulin rates are increasing. By the way, I'm giving myself more for mealtime as well, probably an extra 2 units each. I take R for before meals, regular insulin. So I'm probably taking on average an extra 2 units of R, and I've even started doing 2 shots before meals, where I do my regular R shot, and then I'll give myself like 1 unit of Humalog. And yeah, it's like way more than what I was taking at the beginning of the pregnancy, but so far it's working. So I will keep you guys updated on how that goes. But I definitely wanted to let all of my diabetic viewers know that that's happening, and let you know what I'm doing to respond to it. So I think that that's pretty much it for my 21-week update. Like I said, not a whole lot of new pregnancy symptoms that are different from last week, but I did want to mention the diabetes-specific symptoms. So I guess other than that, I mean, wish me luck on the anatomy scan. I'm so thrilled that that's finally happening, and I can't wait to film a gender reveal video for you guys. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you my 21-week belly. Alrighty, here we go. The shirt on, shirt up. I mean, it feels like when I grab it down here, it's like a ball, like a ball on my belly. I feel like I'm carrying a basketball around. And I'm sure that filling will just increase. Alright guys, thanks as always for watching. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And if you want to leave your final guesses about whether I'm having a boy or a girl, you can do that in the comments as well. I'm kind of keeping an informal tally to see. And at this point, it's pretty much 50-50. I've got the same amount of people guessing both, which makes sense. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance, right? So if you want to, you can go ahead and leave your final guesses because the next video you see from me will be my gender reveal. Yes! So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week for my 22-week update. Bye!